Hey everyone, it's me, Dukect, back once again to show you how you're feeling, how you're doing tonight, and this great Friday Eve before the New York Comic-Con, which I am going to. I have the 4-day passes in my hand. It is going to be a great time. I know a couple other reviewers, what have you, are doing there. You know, I hear like Hardcore Kid's going to be there. I see Robert Million and his boy LC. He's going to be there. Hopefully I meet up because it's a big place, and I know some guys with that guy with glasses are going to be there too. So it's going to be a big place. Hopefully I meet up with them and be nice. And well, I can't wait to go there. It's going to be so much fun. Anyway, well, Comic-Con has to wait because we have to deal with this right now. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. The Dukect Lounge is on live right now, and you want to call in and talk to me, Dukect. The phone number is 724-444-7444. And the number is, once again, is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Now, okay. Let's look, I can be honest with you, the show right now, the show that is Monday Night Raw, and so on Impact is in trouble. And I think honestly, bad ratings for Impact, I don't really mind the whole bad ratings. Because they have, both companies are having the bad ratings. Just right now you have TNA Impact getting a 0.84. And the show wasn't that good. Honestly, I think it was terrible. But honestly, it's, this thing happened. I think it was the reason why it is the Thursday Night Football, and it has been that way. I mean, ratings have been steadily going down because of it. Because a lot of people do like their football, and hey, they're competing. But you know what? I think it's just going to be like that. A lot of people wanted to see the Cardinals. I switched back and forth, and you had other shows like Last Resort, what have you. I'm not making excuses, but you know what? It sounds like I'm making excuses. I'm not. I thought Impact was I honestly thought Impact last night was bad, really bad. The booking is all wrong, and I'll get more to that later on to the show. But you want to talk about bad ratings, ladies and gentlemen, you got to look no further than the WWE Monday Night Raw. To me, the ratings for Monday Night Raw of this week right now, and it is a 2.4. I think that is the lowest the WWE's ratings in probably since like 15 years. Even when the WWE had Monday Night Football, it never got this bad. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen a WWE's ratings get so bad, and honestly, let's all be honest, it's the reason why they actually are like this is because the reason why it is this bad, or what have you, is because of, I think it's because of 3 hours. The 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, I just don't, I honestly don't know the reason why there needs to be a 3-hour Raw. The 3-hour Raws are just, to me, and I've watched them, it is probably one of the most, it just drags down the show. It drags down the entire show. It just makes me just don't want to watch the show because it's just so long. I mean, I can take a pay-per-view going 3 hours. It's nice going 3 hours. Heck, even 4 hours for WrestleMania. I can deal with that. But we have a weekly show that is usually 3 hours plus overrun. That's right. I mean, it's a 3-hour show plus like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes at 11 o'clock. It's just so long and boring. It just becomes so long and so completely and utterly it just drags on. And any good bits, any good ones are drowned out by, I like the longer wrestling matches. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but let's all be real. They could have done this but they had 2 hours. Heck, you could do that with 1 hour. I mean, ECW back in 2006 and 7, heck, Impact was showing really quality matches when they had only an hour to broadcast. What does that say? I mean, Raw, I mean, they tried so much to be Saturday Night Live, and they failed in doing so. To me, that's the problem. I mean, you can just trace all this stuff back to the Attitude Era, to most part. And everyone loves the Attitude Era. Everybody goes up the Attitude Era was the greatest thing ever. Attitude Era, WWE Attitude Era, Attitude Era. But the main thing here about what happened to WWE, the main thing that's going on is because they tried so many skits. And don't get me wrong, they did a lot of stuff. They experimented. They experimented with a lot of ideas in WWE in the Attitude Era. WWE did. And most part it worked. And the stuff that didn't work, they don't really talk about it. They swept it under the rug and they kept moving. And the reason why they did this is because of, well, competition. WCW was still on the air, and they still had to put up better and quality content. Now, not really. They just say, okay, well, we don't want to be wrestling anymore. We just need entertainment. And it's the problem. They don't want to be a mainly wrestling company, which is fine. The WWE, let's all be real here, the WWE never really, I mean, they had great wrestling. But to me, the main strength was the characters. Like, they had, like, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, you know, $1 Million Man, the 90s, or Austin and Rock. It still had that core audience of bringing people who are these outlandish personalities. Nowadays, it just seems they're trying to do so many things. They want to be realistic with one hand, with someone like CM Punk doing all these shoot-type comments, and then try to do it the other way with guys like the Funkasaurus, you know, Brodus Clay, who supposedly is in the doghouse, you know, that sort of thing, which to me, that's the problem. You know, to me, the WWE is not that. I mean, the WWE should not be just doing the same old gimmicks, the same old characters, which to me, it would be a shame for Brodus Clay to go back to a dominant, boring monster, because I like seeing someone like this. Personally, I wish they could have done more with him with the Big Show. Really would have got him more with the crowd. Because people loved seeing the Brodus Clay and Big Show. I think people, now I'm not the match, but I think they would have loved to see Brodus Clay take that next leap. Instead, they just dropped it and made Big Show trying to push Big Show, which to me, well, as a monster, as everything else, it just, well, we're done with seeing him with that. It's just so bland and boring to see the Big Show in the main event. This year. I mean, seriously, at best he should be in the mid-card right now. To me, he should not be up in the main event, not anymore. I mean, to me, he should be retiring. But you know what? It just gets really, you know, it just got, you know, worse. I mean, Big Show being in the main event, we have Big Show, his ironclad contract, and now he's just going to, just fighting Sheamus for whatever reason. Well, I'm sorry. It just, even though Big Show, oh, we have someone in the chat. What's up? Ruth Kelly. How you doing? What's up, Ruth Kelly, here on the Dukect Lounge. Got anything to say in the chat? Anyway, hope you're liking the show. Anyway, you have WWE, a company who just likes to keep their old stars and not trying to make any new ones. If they don't want to make any new ones, what's the point? I mean, there's no point to making these, no point into just showcasing the same old. Personally, I don't know why they're doing another thing with John Cena and CM Punk. I thought that story was over. CM Punk, John Cena is over. I mean, they had good matches with each other, but to me, the best thing they could have done is put Kofi Kingston in that spot. I think Kofi Kingston would have been a better challenger to CM Punk. Like, you know, heck, even his Ryback position, which I think would have been so much better instead of, well, what we had. I think that's the reason why the ratings are down. Not because of Monday Night Raw, not because, I mean, the 3-hour Raw is 3 hours is really dampening that, but because they haven't created really new stars. And until the WWE gets serious and start pushing guys who need to be new stars, well, this is going to be where they belong right now. They're going to keep losing ratings until, well, they become like what WCW was, irrelevant. Anyway, I'm going to be taking a little break here. I'll be right back, and I will talk about what is happening next week on Monday Night Raw. They're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, supposedly with Vince McMahon. He's supposedly coming back to Monday Night Raw, just do a State of WWE address. I will talk about what my thoughts about it is, and I want to hear what your thoughts about this via comments, chat, what have you, everything else. I want to hear what your thoughts here are, and everything else. You're going to hear my thoughts after this break, all right? This is Duke CT. I'll be right back here on the Duke CT Lounge. Oh, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Something happened to my the Pretty Made call recorder thing is screwing up again. Anyway, I'm back here once again. Thank you so much for listening to me live here at the Duke CT Lounge. If you're not listening live on TalkShoe.com, remember, you can always listen to me on my YouTube and Blip channels on every Saturday. I'm going to try to upload this as quick as I can to Saturday or Sunday before I go up to Comic-Con. It will be up before Comic-Con, so don't worry. Speaking of which, hopefully my Marine 2 review will be up before Comic-Con, which it is. I'm working on the script right now, and I'm going to be doing some filming over the weekend and editing over the week. So that's the plan. So hopefully you guys will like that as well. So thank you so much for joining me here on the Duke CT Lounge. Anyway, we'll be talking now about the WWE's big announcement. The big announcement for the WWE. We're going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is Vince McMahon coming back to Monday Night Raw to deliver a state of the WWE of Justice from WWE.com. And what is going to happen? What is it going to do? What will the chairman have to say? Will it be the general manager, AJ Lee? Could her job be in jeopardy? What's going to happen? Is CM Punk going to have to prove he has to respect and embarrass, do something that will cause the crowd to boo him, even though the crowd doesn't really want to boo him? That sort of thing? But we won't know. But hey, I'm not really interested. My hope is that Vince will see this, and hopefully this will get talking about this to USA, and I'm really hoping that they go back to 2 hours. If that's the case, that's awesome. And you know what? It's all right. I wouldn't mind it, even though it'll probably be the last time I'll ever be on Revutopia TV. Seriously, RVT TV. That way I'm going to be on Monday Night Raw is Sin. Anyway, I'm sorry. It was a little bit of a joke, but anyway, Raw is Sin. That's the guy. That's why I do live little riffing on Revutopia. If you don't know what that is, that's a nice little review site. Also, he has pretty much of a great. It's actually a pretty good website. You guys need to check it out. Anyway, it's a really fun little channel. Anyway, moving on. Will this mean going back to? Will we go back to, ladies and gentlemen? Will we go back to 2 hours? I hopefully think it is. But if not, well, you know what? I'm not happy. You know what? I will not be surprised if they don't go back to 2 hours, because I think it has been a complete and utter failure. Monday Night Raw, 3 hour show, the Super Show has been a complete and utter failure. And honestly, if it's not, I don't know why he's not doing it, because it just seems to me the writing's on the wall, and they know. I know the WWE can talk USA. I know USA, Bonnie Hammer, the CEO, loves Monday Night Raw going 3 hours. I think maybe, I don't know how you convince her. I think if you convince her to say that Monday Night Raw, come on, Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw needs to be 2 hours. The ratings have not been doing well. Please give us back to 2 hours. which I think a lot of fans will like it too, because, hey, you can't watch 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. I mean, it's just not possible. It just seems like more of a drag. But you never know. You never know. But it looks like they might just have Vince McMahon just say some proclamations that won't mean much. The 3-hour Raws will continue, and nothing will ever significant will happen. It just sucked. It will suck, and everything else. It's just they're not gonna probably give up 3 hours. It just really bothers me. But that's just my personal opinion. But that's my personal opinion. And I really wish that WWE would just say, you know what? What's done is done. They made a good run with it, but in the end, 3 hours didn't work. But then again, they need the ad revenue anyway, since their network probably won't get on the air anytime soon. Yeah, they wasted, what, $500 million on that? Yeah. And with the Linda McMahon's campaign, McMahon probably needs every penny he gets right now. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me with this little segment. We'll be right back. We'll be talking about next one. We'll be going to be talking about TNA Impact. And, well, my goodness, I got a lot of things to talk about TNA Impact. We'll be right back here on the Dukect Lounge. And we are back live here, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. As the phone number, as always, 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. And, well, anyway, I got a little things like that. I made a little mistake about Revitoba. It's not Revitoba, it's RVT. RVT. It is RVT. That is the new name of Revitopia. And no disrespect or anything else. I just wanted to, all this. I want to make sure RVT is the new site for Raw is Sin. And you can see me, Dukect, on Raw is Sin, riffing with guys with LC, Tony Helms, and Nick Enigma. The Enigma himself, Nick Gibson, a.k.a. The Enigma. Thank you so much for being. That is going to be it's a great time. And you will be like, wow, this is a great time to be here. Trust me, if you don't watch, you're missing out. If you do watch, spread the word. Raw is Sin is on RVT every Monday night on RVT. Yes, it is always on there. Yes, I'm sputtering. Anyway, it is now time, ladies and gentlemen, to get to my TNA Impact little review. Now, here's the thing. First off, there are some things right about the Aces and Eights thing. I do like some of it, but I feel like we're just doing repeating the same steps or what have you. I feel like there should be more things going on. To me, I really wish they actually not let everything out, but I really would like to know who these guys are at this point. I really wish I'm not saying that to reveal everything, but keep mystery on them, but just enough. I really wish Hardcore Justice was something of more reveal. Have one of the guys revealed, their name or what have you. Say it's this guy, the other. It's this guy or what have you. That sort of thing. He's a member and everything else. Say you might know one, but there's many others. That sort of thing. And then at No Surrender, they take out Jeff Hardy or what have you. Personally, I wish Jeff Hardy was in the tag team match and have Bully Ray face Austin Aries and have him win the championship for Aces and Eights, which I think can be a lot more interesting. But it is what it is, and honestly, I'm not really feeling it right now. Speaking of Austin Aries, he doesn't really feel like the third wheel, and honestly, he's the third wheel, and he shouldn't be. He's the world champion. He should be the world champion, and now he's trying to be a heel now again. It seems like TNA is just trying so hard to be WWE. It's not even funny. It's just them trying to do all this other crap. Just trying so hard to the respect and everything else, like what CM Punk told you now, Austin Aries. It just seems like, it just seems so stupid, especially with someone like Jeff Hardy, who honestly. Don't get me wrong, Jeff Hardy can bring a lot of fans and everything else. Oh, thank you very much, in Ireland. I got a fan in Ireland that likes me. Huzzah. Thank you. Anyway, Ruth Kelly. Hopefully you subscribe, by the way. You hear more greatness stuff from me. Anyway, it just seems to me that the I'm getting all confused. TNA, Total Nonstop Action, is just doing, the same thing. It just seems they're doing the same thing that WWE's doing, trying to do this whole respect storyline, which again is pretty stupid because Austin Aries was getting really good chants and cheers and everything else, but now he's just really getting sidetracked by the stupid Aces, but not Aces, but just this whole Jeff Hardy thing. And it was getting really nicely booked stuff a couple of weeks ago, but this tonight was really bad. They had a triple threat match, which they barely even announced. Bully Ray versus Austin Aries versus Jeff Hardy, which should be a main event probably down the road if TNA play his cards right. But it just seems like it was underdeveloped, it was undersold. That's the problem. they didn't really push it as much. I mean, I know you want to make a show more interesting and make people like watch it, but come on, that is a pay-per-view match that people would love to see. And when they do on a pay-per-view, they don't. I mean, it just feels like the magic is somewhat gone because, yeah, even though it was non-title, it would have been a very interesting, fresh matchup down the road. Instead of just wasting on an Impact that's probably going to be really forgettable and no one is going to really remember it, or that sort of thing. It just you waste great things. TNA wastes its potential. That's what happens when they get so good. When they do all these positive things, they come so close, but in the end they trip up, and it goes right back to sucking. And it's just going to go right back to sucking about this whole Aces and Eights thing. And by the way, here's another thing for the Aces and Eights thing. I'm sorry, they were supposedly locked out, right? They were locked out. They couldn't get in. But yet they were seen attacking Mr. Anderson out there, basically him getting his crap beat out of him. Why? Why would they have that happen? Why would he be outside? What, is he taking a smoke? Seriously. And if this was, and this thing that locking him out was such a tragedy for the Aces and Eights, they didn't show it last night when they jumped Mr. Anderson. They jumped him. Aces and Eights jumped him. So, yeah, that whole thing being locked out, stopping them, yeah, completely and utterly pointless. So, yeah, they just made the whole storyline just completely weak. And, honestly, and it's really as transparent that Bully Ray is the guy behind the whole Aces and Eights. It's not even funny, people. It's probably him. And it's just, and I don't mind it. I really like seeing Bully Ray doing another big thing, and heck, give him the championship, what have you. It would be really interesting, what have you. I just feel like it's just so, well, I don't know. I would not be surprised if they just have Jeff Hardy win the title and then have Bully Ray win it, or what have you. And I don't know. That's just the way it is right now with TNA. They might do it just to spite everything. That's the problem with TNA. They just don't know when they have a good thing, they always seem to screw it up in the end, and it just pisses me off because this is a company that I know it can do better. I've seen it do better. Heck, they can put a great card together. They have shown glimpses of being not only their alternatives to WWE, but it's better. It's actually superior at some points. And then they just piss it all away. And that's what I see right now. WWE, WWE should have more better competition with TNA, and it just pisses me off when you have a talented roster as such, and they just piss things away. And here's another thing that pissed me off. Magnus. Remember him? Magnus wasn't even shown this week. It was barely shown last week. And now he has a match with Samoa Joe because he broke his arm 2 months ago, what have you. And they didn't follow up. They didn't do anything with him. So I think they're going to have some rush beatdown or what have you. Thing that Magnus or what have you and Samoa Joe. And they're going to try to make it seem so, they're trying to try to make it, these guys are bully, rivals, without them actually facing or talking to each other. It just bothers me, and it just pisses me off that you just can't have this stuff. They just can't do this, people. They just can't. It just bothers me when you have a company that just doesn't know when to just actually start actually having some common sense. That's what I want. I want TNA to have some common sense. If it doesn't have that, I don't know. It just bothers me that with a company that has so much potential, so much interesting storylines, and so many interesting wrestlers, male and female, they just piss it all away. And I hope I'm wrong, because maybe Bound for Glory could be the best thing ever, but I really doubt it. Anyway. That's it for me this week for the Dukect Lounge. Remember, there's no Dukect Lounge next week. I will be on the Comic-Con. I'll be at a 4-day. Me and my little sister will be going to New York Comic-Con, and I can't wait to see everybody else there. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait to see all the other guys out there and all the great things around the festivities and everything else. I will take pictures, video, and all that good stuff. And also my Marine 2 review will be coming a week. Will be coming before I leave the Comic-Con. I swear to you, this will be coming to Comic-Con, then SummerSlam, then after SummerSlam, a special Halloween review, which I know what I'm going to be reviewing, but you won't. Yeah, I need to work on my evil laugh. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. It's Dukect here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all. Later.